Hi, this is Mitch Slater, a 25-year financial advisor with UBS and a member of the Westfield, New Jersey Board of Education.
And I am Rachel G. Fox, actress, trader, and editor-in-chief of Fox on Stocks.
Kind of the obvious question, but how did you get started? Where does this all come from?
Parents. They explained it to me.
Parents.
Parents. Wonderful, very smart parents who explained finance and explained the importance of money management to my sister and I since we were very young. My mom opened up this book called Understanding Wall Street to my sister and I, and she basically taught us about investing and making our money grow. At first, we learned about little things like CDs and little investments that, only make you very little, little gains. Which,
right.
I mean, it was interesting to me. It was cool to see that, oh, that's a great way to, safely grow your money little by little. But for me, it was always something I wanted to figure out how to do more faster because, bigger, better is greater. So, it was always, I kind of asked, like, what's a quicker way that you can do this, invest your money and make it pop, and sure enough, my mom was telling me about day trading and how people flip stocks, and then I pretty much just thought the concept was so cool. I started getting into it. It of course took a lot of time for my parents to really be okay with thinking that I'm
right. All these people reading Goodnight Moon to their kids, thinking that they're actually going to learn something. But there's nothing wrong with Goodnight Moon and Dr. Seuss and everything else. But they're teaching you some practical skills, which is amazing.
It's perfect. It's best education possible. And learning about money management is so important, and it's so important nowadays for people to really understand and take control of their finances.
Well, so here you are. You're successful, 10, 11 years old, I think, when you started, and you move out to LA, and you're doing well, and you're starting to make a little bit of money. And most kids are thinking, they're just going to go spend it, and they're not really sure. How do you start to have a little bit of money and start thinking about how you want to manage it yourself? What guidance were your parents, and did you educate yourself on yourself?
Like I was saying, they kind of always had explained it to me, and I was always interested in the idea of day trading. And then aside from that, they've just always been very smart with, not budgeting me necessarily, but just being very smart with teaching me, here's how to open a credit card, here's how to pay it off every month, here's how to be really smart in managing these things, because they're all so important and they're all very underplayed, and people just don't. And
this is not being taught in school.
It's not being taught in school, no.
Okay, so you're not getting any of this. Now, tell me about your friends. Are they hearing about what you're doing? Are they kind of intrigued by all of a sudden, wait a minute, Rachel's actually doing something with her money?
They're really interested, and they want to learn. They want to learn how. They want to learn about the stock market. That's part of it, and they also want to learn about how to make their money grow and how to manage their money. It's an interesting thing, and I think a lot of my friends, when I bring it up to them, they think it's cool. They want to learn about it.
Right, and someone's got to teach them.
Yes.
Right, because as you said, it's not being taught in the schools. A little bit these days, but not enough. And unfortunately, kids or adults, and I deal with many of them, have zero clue when it comes to understanding just some basic principles. And one basic principle we talk about a lot in the financial literacy world is paying yourself first, okay, and paying attention to your own investments. So when you start saving and you start putting some money away, how do you decide what are the things that you want to do now? What are some of the wants versus needs in your life that you think about? It might cost you 15% or 18%.
Exactly.
Now, as a stock trader, that's got to bug you, because you're trying to make money in the market.
Exactly.
All
Sometimes 15% could be 3 of my trades.
Exactly.
And that's tough to see that go down to an interest payment just because you didn't pay it on time.